Women, Class and co-author of A People's History of London. Lindsey.
Thank you very much, and can I bring greetings from the People's Assembly to this fantastic meeting. I think that this couldn't be coming at a better time. Jeremy Corbyn is under attack, we're all under attack, and we shouldn't think that these things are separate. They're attacking him because he's speaking up for us, and they don't like what he's saying because he's saying that working people should have better rights. He's saying we should end austerity. That is the basis on which he was elected, and it's the basis on which not just the Tories but a lot of his own party in the Parliament are also trying to attack him. And therefore, this is an absolutely crucial time for our movement. It's an absolutely crucial time for the left. And it's an absolutely crucial time to be building a mass movement against austerity, because we are going to face, in the next few months, a huge crisis in society and for our movement. I don't want to reiterate all the many, many great points that have been made, not just on this platform, but in the previous sessions about what it means. But you cannot hold a situation where the rich get richer, where the poor get poorer, and they're not just attacking all the people who've been represented in the hall today, the disabled people, the women, the ethnic minorities, all the different groups, the trade unions, and they know that if they can succeed in weakening the trade unions, then it is a weakening of all of our struggles and all of our power, and that is precisely why they're bringing this trade union bill, precisely because they want to destroy all of those things. You cannot do that, and not only do that, but you then have a situation where it won't just attack the trade unions, it won't just attack all the groups I've talked about, it will also be an attack on all the people, many of whom may well have voted Tory in this election. The people who don't really think about these things a lot of the time, who think that they just have to go to work and everything will be all right, who have found themselves working harder and harder, commuting further and further because they can't afford house prices, finding their lives tough. They've already seen what's happening over the tax credits, which luckily the House of Lords that we have to rely on, unfortunately, stop that, at least hopefully permanently, but at least partly stop that. But those people will be the people who in the next year or two will understand exactly what Tory policies are all about, and those are the people that we have to reach out to as well if we want to see a Jeremy Corbyn government elected, and if we want to get rid of this government, in my opinion, I hope, before 2020, because they will have done so much damage by 2020 that there will be many, many people who will have suffered as a result of that. And therefore we need this mass movement against austerity. We need solidarity. We need the strikes. It's a fantastic riposte to this government that the junior doctors voted in the way that they did. 98%. Who can argue with that? Well, I suppose the 99% who wanted action short of a strike. That is an incredible result by any standards, and a great credit to a group of young people who, like all young people in this country, are more and more under attack from this government, who are expected to pay more. They have to pay more for learning, they have to pay more for rent, they have to pay all of these kind of things. So let's come together to show our support for them and for everybody else who comes out on strike. And I very much agree with Mark and Dave Ward and others who've spoken earlier today who say we have to have a mass day of strikes, and hopefully longer than that, coming from the TUC, which all of us can get behind and all of us can support, and where we can say this is what the real feeling of people in this country is all about. But I think as well we have to look at the wider political question, because we cannot just fight austerity without looking at these broader questions. Look at what is happening with the attacks on Muslims, with the attacks on refugees, with the scapegoating of people of other nationalities, people who come here, the migrants who are trying to get here, the refugees who are trying to get here, are refugees from war which our government has been complicit in, which it has caused. It's been bombing for 14 years now, and it wants to keep doing it again. And it is no accident. You know, people say sometimes Jeremy should concentrate just on the domestic issues because the foreign policy and international issues are too difficult. It's no accident that the media and lots in his own party are attacking him on these issues. They're attacking him because they know this is at the heart of the British establishment. They can't afford... the military intervention which David Cameron wants is not about military. A British addition to the American bombing, which has been going on for a year, which has actually resulted in recruitment to ISIS, not the reduction of ISIS. When you look at that, nobody needs the British militarily. David Cameron needs this politically in order to bolster his role in the world and in order to try to scapegoat people further and in order to take people's minds off austerity. That is what is going on here. And I have to say about the Parliamentary Labour Party, the people who've been attacking him, Jeremy Corbyn got a massive mandate. Liz Kendall got less than 5% of the vote. Lots of these MPs voted for her. Jeremy Corbyn got an overwhelming mandate, and the Parliamentary Labour Party needs to respect that. And when they say we're responsible not to Jeremy Corbyn but to our constituents, every single one of those MPs was elected against a Tory candidate. And they don't expect, the constituents don't expect Labour MPs to get up and agree with David Cameron all the time, rather than with their own leader. What can we do as the People's Assembly, as the trade unions, as all the different people here today? We have to support Jeremy where we can in the Labour Party, if we're in the Labour Party, if we're in the trade unions in a position to do so, but we also have to build a mass movement outside Parliament. I'll tell you what frightens these Tories more than anything else is people getting out on the streets, is people taking direct action, is people going on strike. That's when they realise there is an alternative and it begins to define the political agenda. So Jeremy may be in a minority in Parliament, he's not in a minority in the movement. And we have to make that absolutely clear. And when people say, you know, I like Jeremy Corbyn, but he's not electable, which lots of people say to me, I always say they're attacking him because they know he is electable, and they know the more unpopular the Tories get, the stronger Labour can be. And we need to make sure there's a mass army outside Parliament to back Jeremy up and help him in every way that we can.